All right, looks like we're live now, right?
Looks like it. Hello. Hi, world. How are you? You can't answer me because we're online and you're watching us online. My name is Ellen, and you just heard Maddie, and we're the co-founders of Green Buffalo, and we're here to give you some quarantine quarters.
Woohoo!
Woo!
Special shout out to Layla Gentil and Zach Hattrick, our two very cool people. Layla is a board member with us. She's a local playwright, director, actor, everything extraordinaire. And Zach is also an actor, director, playwright, and our pretty cool video guy. And without him, we would not be able to bring you these very fun live readings that we bring you as often as we possibly can. Um, yeah, so let's just kind of like go over some housekeeping stuff and we'll get started as soon as possible. Starting off with the fact that we have our Patreon live and we're starting to pick up some steam and getting some patrons. So make sure you're not missing out on that. We're going to have some pretty cool things coming your way soon. We've got a lot of things in the works. One of those fun things is The Magic Skull, written by Sean Cheeky, which was featured on one of our quarantine quarters. He wrote 3 installations of this, and we will be sending this out to any patron member, $5 and up. So you would be getting that even at our lowest level. Our radio play, Almost Paradise, written by me, which follows the format of The Bachelor, but with a twist. And we actually are still looking for people to be in this one. It's 35 women and all the men are cast. So we're looking for women who can take on any kind of role, big or small. We have a bunch of parts available. And the only thing we say is you have to be local because we are producing this in-house. But send us a message, greenbuffaloproductions@gmail.com, if that's something that you want to be a part of. We're still looking for people, and the way you audition is to just come to some of our live readings, and we'll place you as we see fit. At a higher level, you can get a personalized poetry postcard, poetry written by Layla and Ellen, our board members and co-founder. That's to anyone at a $10 and up level. And also at the $10 and up level, some special Almost Paradise extra content that you could get. We usually cut the month off at the 15th and send those things out either on the 15th or that weekend of. So anyone who has signed up before this weekend will be getting some fun content. And we also have a new podcast series called 2018 Emerald Terrace. This is going to be a series of short plays that were written by local writers that all take place in the same apartment complex, all with different themes, all with different characters. We're looking for people locally to be in these plays. So if that's something that interests you as well, if you want to be an actor for that, give us a shout, greenbuffaloproductions@gmail.com. 2018 Emerald Terrace will also be available at the $5 level. It will be in place of Paradise. So when Paradise is not live, you will get Emerald Terrace. And when Emerald Terrace is not live, you will get Paradise. So special thank you and shout out to Catherine Schwebka, Ryan Schlia, Sean Lewis, Sean Cheeky. It's Sean Lewis on the website. Wayne Conover, Leslie Cairns, Sarah Henderson, Zoe Curiazis, Leslie Lusterman, Kelly Buth, Scott Seifritz, Elizabeth Pope, and Lori Mara. Thank you all so, so much for being patrons. And if you want to be cool like all of these 12 people, subscribe to our Patreon. All that money that we do make goes to renting out storage, renting out spaces, paying our actors, all of that kind of fun stuff. We know times are hard, but any little bit counts. And we just want to do art. We're in it for the love of the craft. So all of that money goes towards bringing you new fun stuff. Ellen, we have Spooky coming up this year.
Yes, we do. Like we do every year. It's just a bit different this time. We're doing some films for you. So because we want to keep everybody safe and we wanted to go about this in a very COVID-friendly way, we decided to film all of the plays that were sent in and accepted. So the way to do that would be to subscribe to our YouTube channel, our brand new YouTube channel, you'll be able to see the live premiere on October 17th and the Halloween premiere, which wouldn't be really a premiere, but a special show on October 31st for Halloween itself. They're free, but we really, a suggested donation of $5 would be lovely. Any little bit helps. We want to be able to share the wealth, spread the wealth, and also raise money at the same time. So we have a Venmo account and a PayPal just to be convenient for anybody who wants to watch and donate some money. So we have 6 plays that are on that on the YouTube stream. But if you do become a patron, you're going to get a special film adaptation of What's in the Box by Justin Pope. That is a play that we performed last year, starring Ariana Lasting and Nick Edwards. We decided to cast them again and adapt the play for film. So we wanted to do that especially when he wrote the follow-up to What's in the Box, What's in the Wall, for a quarantine quarters round. So if you're catching on, seems to be that there are a lot of things that come out of quarantine quarters. So if you want to start writing for quarantine quarters, you could get some other stuff done too. We like to build on things that are submitted to quarantine quarters. Just to acknowledge quickly that we are still paying attention as best we can to the Black Lives Matter movement. We do want to make sure that we're still addressing that topic as much as we can, especially considering what's going on in Rochester right now with the Daniel Prude situation. So there's a lot of links that we have collected that we're going to drop in the comments. And if you have any questions or if there's anything that you want to look into and share on our page, please be sure to do that. Feel free to do that. Again, just because we're not exactly trending every day with a certain topic doesn't mean that that it has gone away. Let me breeze by a couple other things here. We are approaching the end of September sooner rather than later. So we have a final deadline for What It Means to Be Human, which is a cool little show that we're putting together based on all kinds of oppressive topics. So if you've experienced anything from racism to unfair housing, basically anything I can think of off the top of my head, disability, sexual assault, abuse, health insurance issues, mental health, addiction, from A to Z, write on your own experience if you are comfortable and ready to do that and submit it to us. We want to make sure that your story is heard. And then if you want to act for that, email us as well, because though we want people to represent their own stories, I know that some writers are not performers, so we want to make sure that we can represent the story the best we can. So that'll be in process for a while. It's definitely going to be a process to make sure that we do that show and do it justice. And with the end of the month, we do have our final deadline for the next season, 2020. Oh my gosh, what year is it? 2020 to 2021. We have a slot open for a feature length piece. So if you are a playwright, new or old, I should say new or experienced, or any age at all, please do
whatever
to us. New or old, young or whatever, please submit that to us. Our deadline is at the end of this month as well for that. And hopefully we can have a regular season of theater at some point in the future. We really want to do that. So let's plan for it. Anything else that I'm missing? I just breezed right through that.
Yeah, just one last thing. We don't have a slide for it this week because ours just ended yesterday for the month. But if you do have any full-length plays that you are looking to have produced, but you're not really sure if it's there yet, the Buffalo Theater Workshop is available for you. Ellen, Layla, and I are all monitors of the Buffalo Theater Workshop. We just did a night of one acts with Katie Schwebka and had a really great virtual night discussing her plays and giving her feedback. So if you have short plays, screenplays, full lengths, anything honestly under the sun that has to do with a script, we'll look at it for you and we'll schedule a time with you during the month, because we only meet once a month, and you'll have a group of young professionals come in. read your plays out loud to hear what they sound like out loud, and then be able to give you some constructive criticism and feedback to really get your play to the next level. And I think that is it. I will be reading the stage directions for the first play, but I'd like to introduce my wonderful actors. This is Bubby Yente by Kelly Buth. Sorry if my pronunciation is really off. We have Sarah being played by Kayla Ruman, David being played by Nolan Miles, and Bubby being played by Jackie Bly. Thank you guys so much for joining us. You can unmute yourselves now. 1, 2, and 3. Perfect. All right, so let's just jump right into it. Thanks again, Kelly, for writing another play. Kelly's been writing a lot of plays for the quarantine quarters. All right, so lights up on a beach in Central Park West, Strawberry Fields to be exact, directly in front of the Imagine Tribute. Bubby, an elderly Jewish grandmother, is sitting on the bench watching the birds and enjoying the sunshine. She is dressed in all black with a scarf over her head and seems very content.
Yeah, come here to Bubby.
She pulls a bit of stale bagel from her large purse, which she scatters on the ground. The imaginary birds peep with delight and begin to eat.
There you are. Don't worry, there's enough for everyone. Actor, share. Stop being a bully. Fattest birds in the burrow. You'd think by now they'd realize how good they have it.
She continues to parcel out breadcrumbs when Sarah enters, a bit disheveled, but looking nice for a Sunday in the park. She looks around for a place to sit and realizes that the only place is on the bench with Bubby. She checks her phone quickly and then approaches.
Excuse me. Do you mind if I sit here?
Help yourself. More than enough room for us both.
Sarah sits down and checks her phone again, then focuses on the birds.
Wow, they're not afraid of you at all.
As they shouldn't be.
Do you come here and feed them often?
Every day for the past 17 years, ever since my husband died.
Oh, I'm sorry about your husband, that is.
He was a good man, my Charlie. Together 53 years. Good years, all of them. Sure, we had our troubles, but we fixed things. Not like young people today getting divorced the first time something goes wrong. Don't know what's wrong with kids these days. Are you married?
Me? No.
Ever been married?
No, not yet. Not much luck in the love department, sadly.
Oh, you are young and beautiful. It will happen, this I know.
Well, thank you for your optimism, but to be completely honest with you, I can't deal with any more idiots. I've reached my limit.
To be beautiful is to be hunted.
Pardon?
To be beautiful is to be hunted. You may be chased by idiots at first, but one day you will find your match. It was like that with my Charlie. 21 years old I was, thinking I'd never find a husband and settle down. Then one night at the dance hall, there he was. A twinkle in his eye and a mischief in his step swept me off my feet. We were married 6 months later.
6 months, huh? That was quick.
We knew. We did not see any reason to wait.
53 years. That's amazing.
The real thing?
These days, I'm lucky to make it 53 minutes with the guys I meet.
You just have not met the right one.
I guess. I'm just afraid that time's running out. I'm 32 and ready to settle down and have kids.
Learn to live without fear. If it is meant to be, it will happen.
You're right. You remind me so much of my grandmother. She passed away last year. We called her Bubby.
Ah, are you Jewish?
Oh, yes, both sides. I'm actually named after my grandmother, Sarah.
Ah, an excellent Jewish name. My grandchildren call me Bubby as well.
Really? How many grandchildren do you have?
7 grandchildren as of last week. 16 great-grandchildren.
She reaches into her purse and pulls out a small photograph, which she hands to Sarah.
My newest bubbler, Rebecca, 6 days old.
Aw, she's gorgeous. Congratulations.
Thank you. A bubby shiner, she is. I'm very proud of all of my children and grandchildren. They have married well. Just one left. My youngest grandson, my David.
Sarah checks her phone.
I don't have any cute baby pictures to show you, but here's a picture of my twin nieces with my kitty Ginger.
She shows Bubby her phone.
That's Ariana, and that's Reagan.
Beautiful. Just beautiful. Oh, look at those curls! And a very handsome kitty as well. Quite a bun in that one.
Yes, he does have quite a face. I found him as a tiny kitten in a storm drain outside my apartment building 3 years ago. He was sick and skinny and covered with fleas. Obviously, you can see that he has recovered. He eats me out of house and home, but I'm lucky to have him. He brings such joy to my life.
Ah, a heart for the animals. That is good.
Yeah, my mom always said that when given the choice as a kid, I would spend my time with animals instead of people.
And now?
Well, I followed that passion. I'm a veterinarian.
Ah, beautiful and smart. A perfect combination.
Thank you. That's very generous. I wish some of the guys I've dated were as kind.
Again, it will happen. Patience. You are a Shayna Maidel, a pretty girl. Any man would be lucky to start a family with you.
Well, thank you, but it doesn't look like it will be happening anytime soon.
Sarah checks her phone.
Are you waiting for someone?
Well, actually, yes. Ironically, a first date. But he's late and hasn't sent a text. So I think I've been stood up.
Stickdreck.
Pardon?
Stickdreck. A piece of, not worth your time.
You're probably right. My Bobby used to use that term for many of the men I dated. I really miss her.
Tell Bubby.
She lived with me the last few years of her life. She was fragile, and we were so worried about her living alone. My sister had her hands full with the twins, so we agreed it would be best for her to move in with me.
What about your mother? Did she not want to care for her own?
Our mother died when my sister and I were teenagers. I miss her too.
And your father?
Remarried 5 years later. Lives in LA. Has started a new family. Only really hear from him at Hanukkah and birthdays. When he remembers.
Oh, I'm sorry. So much heartbreak for a young, beautiful person.
I guess. But it's made me stronger somehow. My sister Rachel and her family are here in the city, and we're very close. And those last years with my grandmother were quite literally the best of my life.
Ah, a mitzvah.
Pardon?
A mitzvah. A good deed. That good deed will bring you many blessings.
I don't really see it as a good deed. She was my family, and we were raised to honor and care for your loved ones. No matter what.
Yes, but so many young people have fallen away from that tradition of honoring your elders. You are a rare gem. A mensch.
Mensch. I haven't heard that word in so long. Thank you.
For what, dear?
For making me smile.
I just speak the truth about what I see.
And for reminding me so much of my own grandmother. You've really made what could have been a very depressing afternoon quite lovely.
Glad to be here.
Bubby begins to cough. Something has caught in her throat.
Are you all right?
She continues to cough. Sarah pulls a water bottle out of her bag and hands it to Bubby.
Here, drink.
Bubby drinks and the cough subsides.
There.
Oh, thank you, dear. Something caught in my throat.
Sarah rifles through her bag and pulls out a baggie full of cough drops. As she does, a set of vampire teeth fall onto the ground. She pulls out a couple of cough drops and hands them to Bubby.
Here, take some of these. I always carried them around for my Bubby. She would have these coughing fits that would really scare me. Forgot they were in there. Guess I haven't gotten out of the habit.
Bubby opens up a cough drop and puts it in her mouth.
Oh, thank you, dear. Change of the weather always gets to me.
Feel better?
Oh, much. Thank you. You dropped something.
What?
There, on the ground. It fell from your purse.
Sarah looks around and sees the vampire teeth and picks them up.
Oh, these. I used these teeth in the office last week on Halloween. They were a big hit with the clients. And with twins. I took them trick-or-treating with my sister and her husband. They dressed up like Bratz dolls.
I'm sorry? Brats? Dolls?
Sarah flips through her phone and shows her a picture.
It's all the rage with young kids these days.
Ah, yes, these I have seen. My great-granddaughters have them as well.
How old are they?
8 and 9.
The twins are 6. They're obsessed with anything Bratz. I've already started their Hanukkah shopping, so I hope they don't move on to something else by then.
Animals. Kids. Sarah, you are a good person.
Oh, thank you. I try.
No, sincerely, I mean it. You have a good heart. You will find all the happiness you deserve in life. Just be patient. It will find you.
I hope so. I know I'm very lucky to have all that I do. It's just hard to wait when you want the rest so badly.
In God's time.
You're absolutely right. In God's time.
They sit in silence for a few moments, just enjoying the sunshine, the breeze, and one another's company.
I can't believe these birds. They're all just nestled in around you for their afternoon nap.
They know my love for them. I spend every afternoon with them, here in the sunshine. They are also my children.
At that moment, one of them flies up and lands in Bubby's lap.
Oh, my goodness.
This is Charlie.
Named after...
Yes, my Charlie.
He's so comfortable.
He is. He sits with me all afternoon. Every afternoon.
Amazing.
A gift sent from my Charlie to make me miss him a little bit less.
Wow. He really loved you.
He still does. That kind of love doesn't fade just because someone dies. They find other ways to let you know. A bird, my grandson's eyes when he smiles at me, my granddaughter's laugh. He is here, always, always with me and inside of my heart.
Sarah has tears in her eyes.
That's beautiful, Bubby.
Bubby looks at her and pats her softly on the arm and smiles.
You are good at heart. You too will receive the kind of love. Just be patient. It will find you.
I know this might sound strange, but I almost feel like you were sent to me today by my Bubby.
Well, perhaps I was. A gift from her heart.
Thank you, Bubby. May I give you a hug?
Bubby is surprised but delighted.
Of course.
They hug. After a few moments, Charlie begins to flap his wings.
Oh, Charlie.
Charlie?
He's feeling left out. Oh, Charlie, my sweet, sweet Charlie. You are loved so much.
Bubby continues to pet the bird as it coos.
Amazing. May I pet him?
You can try. He is fussy about who he allows to touch him.
Sarah tentatively reaches out her hand to softly stroke Charlie, and he accepts it and continues cooing.
Ah, yes. Charlie knows what a good person you are. He is a very good judge of character.
They are laughing together and doting on Charlie when David enters. A very handsome young man in his 30s. He watches them for a moment, smiling, struck by not only the beauty of Sarah, but the beauty of the scene.
Hello, Bubby.
Bubby looks up.
Ah, David. My David. Is it 3 o'clock already?
Sure is.
David always picks me up at 3 o'clock every Sunday, and we walk home and stop for supper at my favorite restaurant.
Sarah looks up and sees David and is struck by his smile and how handsome he is.
He has his grandfather's twinkle.
Sarah smiles and stands up, offering her hand.
Hello, I'm Sarah.
Oh, hello. I'm, David. Bubby's grandson.
Nice to meet you.
You as well.
They hold eye contact as there is an instant connection. She smiles, aware of all this happening.
Well,
Sarah does not have any plans for dinner. She could join us this evening.
Oh, no. I wouldn't want to intrude.
no intrusion at all.
Are you sure?
Positive. In fact, I would like it very much.
Sarah looks to Bubby, who has a huge smile on her face.
Well, in that case, I'd love to.
Wonderful.
Excellent.
Sarah and David continue to stand there, just caught in one another's eyes.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go.
David helps up Bubby from her seat and helps her to gather her things. Bubby takes his left arm, and David offers his right arm to Sarah, who smiles and takes it. The three stroll slowly from the strawberry fields, and the last moment of the play closes on the word imagine. Blackout. Kelly, that was so great. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Nolan, Jackie, and Kayla for reading that one. Let's move on to our next play, which is I'm on the wrong channel.
It's fine. It's me. I'm reading it.
Hooray!
Yeah, so I will be reading. This is me, Layla. Hi. You have not heard my voice yet. This is confusing. I'm Layla Gentil. I'm going to be reading the stage directions for Left to Rot by Leslie Cairns. Darcy will be played by Kayla Ruman. Blair will be read by Jackie Bly. Maddie will be read by Mariangela Mercurio. And Man 1 will be read by Eric Leary. All right. So I'm just checking to see my friends if we are all unmuted. It looks like we are. Great. So I'm going to start reading Left to Rot by Leslie Cairns. We open up on a ghost town somewhere near Brush, Colorado, also known as a skiing town. It could be any sort of ski town on the off-season. A woman enters the stage with sunglasses on her head despite her coat and the weather, and she is carrying 2 battered suitcases. Her sister, who is 15 years old and has her head stuck in a book, follows her.
Ah, adventure! We're here!
Adventure? Here? You're delusional.
Come on! We needed this! It's our new motto!
Which is?
Blair dramatically gestures with her hands.
Learn to live without fear.
Wow.
Well, why did you come then?
We're sisters, right? I come for all your crazy things.
Crazy things?
She
When you
holds up
dyed
her
your-
fingers.
When you dyed your hair mermaid colors? When you dated Ashlyn even though she set fires?
Allegedly set fires.
3, when you told Dad he should wear a male jumpsuit, when you tried archery. Should I continue?
No, no, thank you. You're like a walking Britannica.
Why, thank you. As long as I can read out here with mountains surrounding me, I think we'll be okay.
We're in the mountains. No city lights, no one asking for a cigarette or directions. No mundane Netflix until we calm down our biggest qualms and fears. And you're going to, what did you say? Sit down and read?
Yes, it sounds beautiful to me. Where's the hotel?
Blair gestures vaguely behind her.
Over there somewhere. Let's get breakfast first. Ooh, do you think they have food trucks here?
Uh-huh. Sure, a town of 1,000 has food trucks. And I'm being generous. It looks like no one is here.
Someone's gotta be here.
Uh-huh. Oh, look, there's a Dunkin' Donuts.
All right. Let me go order us something. I'll be back. Bagel okay?
Yep, and a coffee?
Duh.
Blair exits while putting her sunglasses on.
When do I tell her about the social media thing? About the bullying? High school girls suck. They're just mean. But will telling her change anything?
Darcy starts to tear up.
But they went after me. They called me a troll who deserves to live like the clown in It under the sewers, never to be seen again. I have no friends anymore, and all I want is a friend. Someone to rest my head on and cry. Someone to share our Cosmo quizzes with. Do people even do that anymore? To rate our crushes on Netflix with?
All of a sudden, a young woman about Darcy's age shows up. She has a Walkman, in which we haven't seen since the 90s. Darcy doesn't notice her at first until she taps her on the shoulder.
Boo!
Oh my god, you scared me. What? Who?
Maddie, here. I was in the Dunkin' Donuts, and your sister said she might be a while.
Is she okay?
Yeah, she was asking about Airbnbs.
Jeez, she didn't rent us a hotel. I knew it. She's not the best planner, but wouldn't let me help her.
And she asked people if they liked living here. Full-time. Like, full-time, full-time.
We can't stay away from the city forever.
I've lived here for a while now, and it's okay.
I'm a city girl, through and through. I love the light rail with bodies bumped up against each other to the point that it's gross but also funny. I love the mountains in the distance of our apartment, but the city lights before it blinking gold and silver as if giving us a gift every night by cityscape.
In the city. Where do you live?
Near Cheeseman Park?
The park that was made on top of a cemetery.
What?
It's true. It was a full cemetery, and Denver needed a new park, and now you have a park over a cemetery.
How did that ever get approved?
In the land of the cowboys, anything goes.
I never thought of Denver as a city of cowboys.
Isn't it? Men with guns, all of that noise?
You're right. A lot of people, especially men, carry.
I know.
Darcy unwraps a bagel that Maddie has handed her along with a coffee.
Want some?
Nah, I never feel very hungry. You go on.
I love reading. You don't have to stay until my sister gets back.
Darcy gestures to her book.
I can get lost in this one.
It's okay. Want me to show you around? There's only 2 streets, so...
Sure. Let's leave a note for my sister, though. I'll text her too, but the service seems spotty.
Maddie pops a purple cough drop into her mouth, then coughs for a second.
Are you sick?
Darcy points to the bag of cough drop.
No, no, a bad habit. I just eat them until I feel sick.
Why?
Long story. Ready?
Let's go.
They start walking across the stage. Maddie points out into the audience.
So that's the general store.
General store? What an outdated term.
Right? The grocery store. Better.
Darcy sips her coffee.
Mm-hmm. What else?
Next to it is the lawyer in town. He actually works with the ACLU, if you can believe it, remotely. I think that's how you say it. Then the mountains from this view are amazing. It's kind of near where I like to rest. Want to see?
Sure.
The lights fade and come up. They're now in the middle of the stage with a
Look at those mountains. Beautiful and snow-capped and last longer than any of us. That's what I like. I like to just look at them as the sun sets, or when it rises, or when it snows.
So, all the time?
All the time.
But it must get cold sitting here. It's basically like a little pagoda.
True, but some things are worth chattering your teeth for, or sometimes it can't be helped.
A man walks by.
You shouldn't be out here by yourself.
Excuse me?
Something clicks into place as Darcy stares at Maddie.
It's freezing out here. Some
Man
say it's
wins.
haunted. That girl from 93? Be careful, you hear?
Man 1 walks off stage. Darcy takes a quick 5 steps back from Maddie.
What the hell? Who are you?
Don't go away, okay? I'm harmless. To be beautiful is to be hunted. That's what he told me.
Who? I'm confused.
My killer. You know what I am.
A ghost? Oh my god, and I thought bullying was bad.
You've been bullied? Oh my god, are you bruised? What?
No, you don't get to change subjects. And besides, nowadays girls don't get in catfights or fight with pretty sticks. It's all online. All day long. Constantly. Through texts, TikToks, snaps, or the lack of any lovely conversation with anyone who is female. I've been ostracized.
Right, which makes your bullying seem more pressing.
What? Maddie, you make no sense.
Well, you're still alive. You can still be hurt. Can I help?
Do I want you to haunt the girls of MS Building 103? No. Thanks. No offense.
I didn't mean haunting. I meant finding a friend. Thinking of one with me.
Okay. But first you need to tell me your story. What's with the cough drops then? Ghosts don't get sore throats. At least, I don't think so.
He drugged me. With cough syrup. Harder drugs. Liquor. A combo. I was so hazy for weeks I could barely see.
Oh, my. Maddie.
And then he finally told me he had to hunt a new girl. They never found him. I never even got to meet any of the other girls. So I guess I have the cough drops to soothe myself instead of hurt myself. Does that make sense? And how did you know that was even important to me?
I read a lot. You gotta notice the little details.
Right. I never read enough when I was alive. I did love Anne of Green Gables, though. Did you read that one?
Oh, yeah, a classic.
It helps to know people are still reading the same books as me. Maybe I'm not totally gone as long as our hobbies are the same.
Maybe. I hope you're right.
Darcy gives Maddie a hug.
All right. Your turn. Let's pick a friend for you.
It's not like trying on shoes. No one likes me, and I'm a huge nerd, which is definitely a big strike against me. Nerd isn't in right now.
Come on. Let's think. Is there anyone in your schedule of classes that is nice to you? Or someone who hasn't TikToked you? Doesn't partake in the bullying? That might be a way to go at it. Look for who isn't there. Who stays invisible as a way of being on your side.
I never thought about it that way.
Light dawns on Darcy. She spills her coffee.
You thought of someone?
Lucy! Oh my god, Lucy! She still lets me borrow her cool pens in class. and she hasn't posted on my wall or sent me any of the texts. And she left the group chat.
Which is good?
It could be. It means she didn't want to be involved in the hate.
There! Now, when you go back, put on your favorite outfit, grab a cup of non-spilled coffee, and go ask her to do something with you. What do teens do now?
Like go to the movies?
That's what I was gonna say. Cool, kids still go to the movies.
Okay, Maddie. Wow, I wish you were still here. Like, here.
Me too. Your sister's coming back. I can sense it. I bet you have a text on your phone.
How did you...
Darcy looks at her phone.
Oh, yep, I do. But she saw you and Duncan.
I know, but now that you know, I don't think she would be calm. You're rare. You took in my pain and barely shattered. Your sister seems a little different. More,
Theatrical? Totally right.
And I don't want you to lie for me. I'm glad I could help you and show you the place where the mountains rest and change the sky to purple.
Me too. I'll force her to come back, okay? And I can give you as many memories of you feeling powerful and changing people's lives as the amount of memories you had where you were in pain, powerless, by the hands of that horrible man. Okay?
Don't feel like you have to, but I'll be here. Maybe you could tell me about your friend when you come back.
If it works.
It will.
Maddie pops a cough drop in her mouth.
Bye, Darcy.
Maddie exits suddenly, and Darcy starts crying out of the idea of not seeing Maddie again. Her sister, Claire, enters with fake vampire teeth.
Rawr! Look at my teeth!
Darcy wipes her tears.
Where the heck did you get those?
CVS. Yes, they have a CVS, although the cashier and the people in line moved like they had nowhere to go. I cannot deal with any more idiots. And I got us a cute Airbnb because I thought it would be, like, très chic.
Darcy knows that Blair is lying and never found them a place before the Airbnb, but in light of everything that happened with Maddie, lets it go.
That sounds really nice.
Hey, are you okay?
I'm just saying, it sounds nice. You know the girl you gave the bagel to come give to me? Which, by the way, what if she had just run off with it? You trust strangers too much.
She was nice.
She was. She told me I should be honest with you.
Darcy starts tearing up.
Girls are bullying me at school. Like, a lot. Online. All the time.
Darcy hands her phone over, shows her feed of text. Blair moves center stage with the phone, takes out the teeth.
This is monstrous, Darcy. Oh my god, I had no idea.
I had no friends. But Maddie made me think of someone who hasn't been a part of it. Part of all those texts. Most girls in the school are, but Lucy, remember her? She isn't. So.
And we should tell your principal.
Oh my god, no!
Pain snowballs, Darcy. I know it's hard, but you need to see this for what it is. Something that starts out as a game and can end with people getting really hurt.
Maddie appears behind Blair, and only Darcy can see her. She makes a gesture, then exits.
You're right.
Darcy cries.
Why did they make fun of me?
It's why we came out to this ghost town in the first place for a little. The city pressurizes us, makes us think that we have to claw and maim people to survive. The mountains, the open air, reminds us that we never have to go there. Beauty can win every time. Oh, come here, sister of mine.
Darcy runs over and they hug.
I love you.
Oh, I love you too. And Lucy will be your friend. Even if I have to go by her house every time you guys hang out, reminding her in list form how awesome you are.
Yeah, sounds foolproof.
Darcy smiles.
I love you, Blair. Thanks for letting us go on this trip. I got what I needed already.
And what was that?
Dredging up the memories of what it feels like to be loved.
The lights fade. End of play. Thank you so much, y'all, for reading. And thank you, Leslie, once again for submitting a play. This was very sweet and very cute. It was wonderful to read. And next up, I believe I'm going to toss it over to Ellen.
Yes, yes, yes. I really do love that play. The sister love. Sometimes you need a little bit of that. So while we're getting ready, I just want to some patrons once more, just to bring it back around and say that if you're a patron, we love you very much, and you get a lot of cool stuff, including an extra spooky film that we spent a lot of time on all together. So we really do appreciate all of your help. And namely, Catherine Schwebka, Brian Schlia, Sean Lewis Cheeky, Wayne Conover, Leslie Carrots, Sarah Henderson, Zoe Curiazes, Leslie Lusterman, Kelly Booth, Scott Seifert, Elizabeth Pope, and Lori Mara. So let me just make sure everyone's unmuted for this last play by Jeff Dunn, Old World Scary. So we have two kind of spooky plays back to back here. And Dracula will actually be played by Layla Gentil, Werewolf, Nolan Miles, Ricky, Eric Leary, and Miriam Tickler, Jackie Blake, and I'll be reading stage directions. Okay. Dracula is sitting on a park bench. He has just finished loading up a new vape flavor. Takes a puff. He's clearly disappointed and looks down at the label. Dracula?
I believe she's muted.
Oh no, Layla, you're muted.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I thought I was unmuted. My
I
bad.
thought you were too. Okay, let me back it up. Dracula is sitting on a park bench. He has just finished loading up a new vape flavor. Takes a puff. He is clearly disappointed and looks down at the label.
Night mint plasma. Tastes more like minty shoe leather.
Werewolf enters and approaches.
Hey. If it isn't my favorite count.
Good evening.
The werewolf goes to take a seat during the next line and almost makes it until he's interrupted.
Always with the trademark greeting, huh? Couldn't you just once say something else besides...
Hey.
Werewolf jump back.
You know the rules. If you want to sit...
Never just relax, do you? Fine. I, the werewolf, do solemnly pledge that I am cruel and heartless and dedicated to causing pain and suffering wherever I shall go.
He goes to sit down, but...
So I hear you've got yourself a new protege that's...
Hey, don't try to distract.
Oh, come on, Drac. You know I'm like old world scary. I've earned a seat on that bench 100 times over.
Dracula just stares at him. Then with a big sigh.
Fine. I do swear, each and every moment I am pledged to the horrors of the night. My last act of nastiness was, I hunted down and killed a jogger in Northview Park.
In cold blood?
Oh, shut up and move over.
Dracula slides over a bit to make room, and the werewolf takes a seat.
You still smoking that crap? They say it'll kill you.
What, again?
This is not the first or even the 10th time they've had this little exchange about vaping.
So, you bagged another jogger. How was it?
The werewolf looks around to make sure that they're alone, and then...
Drac, can I tell you, just between you and me, It's just not the same anymore.
Another Generation Z dinner, eh?
Why, Z, it's just... Okay, so I'm out at the park, right? And I catch the scent of this jogger. I can tell right off that it's a young woman, so I start following her.
Naturally.
Naturally, I run ahead to that dark spot near the north end of the lake that smells like...
Yes, honeysuckle, I know. Get to the good part.
So she comes bounding round the path. Spandex jogging suit, hair in a ponytail, the whole nine. And I jump out.
And she's not scared.
Oh, worse. So much worse. She turns on me and starts yelling at me for not wearing a mask.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah. This is a public park, she says. You have to wear a mask, yada, yada, yada.
Ah, disgraceful.
Oh, no, that's nothing. Get this. She's not even wearing a mask. And I try to bring this up, but she gives me some line about how you don't need to wear one if you're running, and then I say that I was running, and she says that it's not the same because she's running for exercise while I'm running as a part of my job. Which is true in a way.
But still.
Right. So I figure that I'm not going to win that argument. So I start to growl at her. Loud. And then she says, "Why are you hunting me?" So I say, "Because I'm hungry." And then she says that she feels like I'm singling her out and that I'm making her feel marginalized, whatever that means. So I say, "What does that mean?" And she says, I have a social obligation to already know what that means, and that I'm trying to take away her personal power.
You should have just eaten her.
I'm getting to that, so I say it's nothing personal. And then she accuses me of having, get this, an unconscious bias that inhibits her ability to succeed.
That's...
So I say, "No, I don't." And she says, "Yes, you do." And I say, "No, I don't." And she says, "Yes, you do." And this goes on for 10 minutes. And then I say, "Prove it." And she says, "Think back on the last 10 people you ate. How many were young, beautiful women?" Now, I'm not a fool, so I say I don't have to answer that.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. So she says I'm scared because I know I'm wrong. And so I quote the Night Terror's handbook. To be beautiful
is to be
hunted, right. Then she calls me an oppressor and says that she isn't going to back down. She goes on about how her parents taught her that she needs to learn to live without fear of the cis male werewolf, and that until I start hunting in a truly unbiased way, I need to go off and think about what really motivates me.
And then you ate her.
Then I ate her. I'm telling you, Drac, I can't deal with any more idiots like this.
Dracula has looked over at a call from off stage.
Hey, Mr. Vlad? I'm back!
You may not have a choice.
I got the food!
That your new protege?
He's not my protege.
Oh?
He's my...
Ricky enters carrying a paper bag from Panera, although the name is not visible to the audience.
Hi, big bro.
Big bro.
The mummy dared me. Said I didn't have the courage to take on a real challenge like...
Hi, I'm Ricky.
Ah! Nobody sits on the bench until they earned it.
Did you earn it?
How?
By doing something really cruel and heartless. Did you do something cruel and heartless?
No, I just went to get some...
I sent him to the morgue to get some blood. Did you get it?
I tried, but it was closed, and my mom wouldn't let me break in.
You went with your mother?
Of course. I can't drive yet.
You had her drive you to the morgue?
I didn't tell her it was the morgue. She thinks it was Taco Bell.
close enough.
Dracula just shakes his head.
She's parking the car. Anyway, I knew how important it was that I get you some food, so I had her drive me around until I found... Anyway, here.
Ricky hands over the bag. Dracula opens it slowly and looks inside. Very apparent on his face.
What?
Eagle.
I know what it is.
There's cream cheese in the bag, too.
I can't eat this.
It's good. It's from Panera.
I don't care if it's from Jerusalem.
Say, if you're not gonna...
With great disdain, Dracula passes the bagel to the werewolf.
Great, thanks.
Ricky.
Can I have the... I love that stuff.
Dracula gives the werewolf a disgusted and disappointed look, but hands the bag over.
Oh, we will check this up as a learning experience.
Ricky tries to sit down again while saying,
Great. So can I... No!
No!
Ricky jumps back.
Not until you do something really cruel and heartless.
Ricky?
Here, Mom.
Do you really think it was a good idea to bring your mother here?
Oh, it'll be fine. She's nearsighted and I hit her glasses, so... Oh! Hey, is that cruel enough that I could maybe...
No!
Miriam enters and approaches the bench.
Mom, this is my big brother.
Oh, you must be glad.
Vlad, Mom. Vlad.
It's so nice to meet you, Mr. Inhaler. Such a strange name. Is it Mexican?
Dracula just looks at Ricky, who whispers,
When I said impaler, she thought I said inhaler, and then I thought maybe it would kind of upset her, So say, that's kind of cruel, right? Could I sit down then?
Dracula puts a hand over Ricky's mouth to silence him, and shakes his head no. Then he turns to face Miriam.
No, it's Transylvania.
That means across the forest? I'm really into etymology. And trains! When I first heard that my big bro was from Transylvania, I thought he said something about trains, and I was really...
The werewolf puts a hand over Ricky's mouth.
You should do something very painful to the mummy.
Mummy?
Not your mummy. It is very nice to meet you, and thank you for driving little Ricky around tonight.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I'm so glad he's found such a nice man to spend time. You are Jewish, right?
Ricky nods aggressively.
Of course. Mazel tov.
It's so nice to see little Ricky excited about something again. He's such a delightful boy, and look at that handsome face. Isn't he such a little pinup? He's going to win all the girls' hearts, isn't he? If he'd learned how to listen to his mother. What? Would it kill you to listen to a little now and then? I swear, the way he behaves sometimes will drive him to an early grave.
Almost did tonight.
Oh, that's a terrible cough, Mr. Inhaler. Now, isn't that a smidge of irony there, Here, you know what would help is a nice hard candy.
She rummages through her purse.
I'm fine.
Ah, nonsense. What's the point of carrying them all around all the time if you don't use it when you need it? Oh, here's one. Oh, wait, even better. Here's a bag of cough drops. Here, take that. I put them in my purse when Ricky's Uncle Irving had lumbago. Irving's my late husband's brother, and he... Oh, really, take the whole bag. I never used them. Irving used to say that the cough drops help, but I never understood that. Do you?
These expired 12 years ago.
But then Irving was a gynecologist, so I figured if anyone... Oi! Oh, you should make soup from my bones and pour it on the cat with a shout so loud. Why do I even wake up alive? I need to sit down and...
Dracula and the werewolf immediately move in front of Miriam to block her path to the bench.
What? Oh, of course. Where are my manners? I'm Miriam Tickler. But you can call me...
Tickler?
It's an old name from the eastern part of Poland. Near Białystok and Jaskra, it was originally Ticklesmere. But then my great-great-great...
Tickler.
That's right! But you can call me.
Your last name is Tickle.
Yes. And
And you named your son Richard.
The werewolf and Dracula share a look with each other.
that's right, after his Uncle Dickie.
They part to let Miriam pass to the bench.
Please, sit.
She moves to sit and the lights fade to black as she says,
You are such nice young men. Say, I don't suppose you're a doctor. I have a niece who would be perfect for you. You'd really like her. She doesn't shave either.
lights out. Oh boy. That was something, wasn't it, everyone? Thank you
That
so
was
much
a
for
very
reading.
funny play, and I was laughing as I was listening along. It was very fun.
Yes.
Thanks, Jess.
all the accents. Thank you very much for doing them. Very fun.
Very fun. That's our show tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in to listen. Have a really happy Curtain Up, Buffalo. We'll be back, not next week, but the week after. If you want to write for next week, please shoot us a message at greenbuffaloproductions@gmail.com and we'll add you to our list. If you want to act for next week, do the same thing. If you want to take part in any of our opportunities, do the same thing. Really easy. One whole email can get you so many.
Yeah. Just email us and say, hey, I want to do some stuff, and we will send some stuff to you to do. So don't you worry about it.
Well, that's our show. Oh, wait, one more time.
All
Let's
right.
say thank you to our wonderful patrons. We got a couple of new ones this week. So we just want to say thanks for giving us your money. Katie Schwebka, Ryan Schlia, Sean Cheeky, Wayne Conover, Leslie Cairns, Sarah Henderson, Zoe Curiazis, Leslie Lusterman, Kelly Buth, Scott Seifritz, Elizabeth Pope, and Lori Mara. That list is getting long. We're going to have to start pre-recording these or something.
We sure will.
Love it.
All right. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.